Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew from Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, as we look back through history, especially at some of those infamous names, those infamous criminals that took the world by storm, not just their state or this country, but people from around the world have heard of them. Two names tend to stick out because, well, they were the only ones of their kind. Of course, I'm talking about Bonnie and Clyde. Their adventures, if you would, during what was known as the Public Enemy era from 1931 to 1934 are synonymous with crime, with almost a hatred, a desire to become the best at what they did, regardless of what they had to do. But you know, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. I'll let you see for yourself. Today, we're going to take a look at original film footage and photographs of the infamous couple. And well, I'll let you decide. Check this out. This is good.
Cars carried a massive armory of weapons. They prepared an ambush for the outlaws. This reconstruction of the ambush was made only a few days later.
For 3 days and nights, these officers lay in wait on this road, but Bonnie and Clyde were wary.
On the 23rd of May, the officers stopped Henry Methvin's father as he drove up the road. He was handcuffed to a tree and his truck left by the roadside as a decoy. On the third day, a tan-coloured Ford V8 turned into the road.
It looks like the car, fellas.
The police recognised Clyde as the driver.
That's him for sure, I'll guarantee you. Get ready now.
As Clyde saw Methvin's truck, he slowed down. The police prepared to open fire.
Him, fellas. He reaches for it, let him have it. Look down.
The car stopped, riddled with bullets. This film, taken just a few minutes after the shooting, is not a reconstruction.
Here is Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker, who died as they lived, by the gun. Bonnie is seen leaning against Clyde. Clyde was a master gunman. Seldom did anyone ever live when Clyde got the first shot.
There were a pistol and a shotgun ready on the floor of their car, but the ambush had taken the couple by surprise. Within hours, sightseers were travelling to the ambush site. A procession of more than 50 cars escorted the shattered Ford to the police pound. Here, it was put on show. A fence was set up to stop souvenir hunters. They'd already tried to rip parts off the car and seize bits of Bonnie and Clyde's hair and clothing. On the back seat, lawmen found 3 light machine guns, a dozen pistols, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Bonnie and Clyde had had no chance to return fire at the ambush, but both of them had guns close to hand. 107 rounds had been pumped into the car in less than 2 minutes. Their bodies had been riddled with about 50 bullets each. The bodies of Bonnie and Clyde were displayed to prove that they really were dead. Bonnie was visited by 40,000 people, Clyde by some 30,000. Frank Hamer and the men who'd hunted down the couple became national heroes. There was chaos at the Arcadia funeral home when people rushed to see the famous corpses. Clyde's coat was exhibited. It had 40 bullet holes from the ambush. His gun was also shown. Close examination showed that it had 7 notches, one for each man he had murdered. 20 relatives and friends stood trial for harbouring the couple. The men were chained together, but the women weren't considered dangerous. WD, already serving 15 years, got another 2. Henry Methvin had a life sentence. He also received an extra 2 years. Bonnie's sister Billy and Buck's wife Blanche were sentenced to 1 year and a day each. Bonnie and Clyde's mothers were put on trial. Their lawyer pleaded that love took precedence over the law, but the judge wasn't impressed by their defence or by Mrs. Barrow's ill health. Both were given 30 days in prison. Clyde was buried next to his brother Buck at West Dallas Cemetery. An aeroplane dropped a floral wreath. Although she had asked to be buried next to Clyde, Bonnie was taken to Dallas's Fish Trap Cemetery. The press was out in force. As well as her extended family, thousands of sightseers attended the funeral. Her sister and mother were inconsolable. Clyde's family was also there. Her family wrote an epitaph for Bonnie's grave. As the flowers are all made sweeter by the sunshine and the dew, so this old world is made brighter by the lives of folks like you. While on the run, Bonnie had sent poems to various newspapers. They included her own epitaph. They don't think they're too tough or desperate. They know that the law always wins. They've been shot at before, but they do not ignore that death is the wages of sin. Someday they'll go down together, and they'll bury them side by side. To few it'll be grief, to the law a relief, but it's death for Bonnie and Clyde.
Welcome back. It's like I said in the beginning. These two were notorious. They actually preferred small robberies, small stores, small rural funeral homes. But they became synonymous with some of the most daring bank robberies America ever seen. It was tragic the way that it had to end, but it put an end to a crime spree that took so many lives and left so many people in fear. You just never know when you begin to do something how it's going to turn out. I'm sure they never thought they'd be caught and their lives would end in a situation like it did. But like I said, it put an end to a spree. God knows how long it would have lasted. There are a lot more criminals out there, infamous individuals, who made a name for themselves, let's just say. I'm going to leave it up to you to check them out. The shotguns, the machine gun Kelly, the Capones, people like that. But that's all I got for you guys today. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. And we'll see you in history.